deep in this experience, the way it all started was earthworm's eye view, primitive coarse unresponsive realm, like I was in dirty jello, roots or blood vessels all around me. I had no body awareness at all during this phase of the journey. If I had just gone to that earthworm's eye view and come back to this world, I would have had a hellish NDE or a negative NDE. But that's not what happened. I was rescued by this slowly spinning white light that came associated with a perfect musical melody. And that white light served as a portal up into this rich, ultra-real gateway valley that had many Earth-like features, but was also filled with spiritual energy and features. So I was aware of my being a speck of awareness on a butterfly wing. Again, no body awareness. I didn't have any kind of human body perception whatsoever. And this was an absolutely gorgeous valley. It was kind of like Plato's world of ideals, but for the individual soul. Lush waterfalls into sparkling blue pools, this incredibly rich and verdant valley surrounded by forest. And the meadow was filled with thousands of beings who were dancing, joy and merriment, children playing, dogs jumping, incredible festivities, because all of it was being fueled because up above were these swooping orbs of pure angelic choirs, these spiritual orbs leaving these sparkling golden trails against this blue-black velvety sky. And they were emanating chants and anthems, hymns that would just thunder through my awareness. And on this butterfly wing, there were millions of other butterflies, colors beyond the rainbow. The best thing was I wasn't alone. There was a beautiful young woman, sparkling blue eyes, high forehead, high cheekbones, broad smile. She was dressed in the same very kind of simple peasant garb as all the people down below, but also very rich colors to all of the clothing. I mean, colors really beyond the rainbow, extraordinary richness of vision. And I remember the soft summer breeze that blew through that I later called in my writings the divine wind of the breath of God. That was my first knowing in that amnesic state of that infinite healing, loving, and spiritual home power of that God force that dominated that entire realm with pure love. And that was the most kind of gorgeous part of the experience was experiencing that oneness, that God force, because I came to see that God force as the very origin of our conscious awareness. And I remember seeing all of that four-dimensional space-time, the kind of apparent material realm from that perspective of the spiritual realm collapsing down. And then all of the spiritual richness. And remember, this includes that whole concept of deep time or meta time, so that in that Gateway Valley, you're able to witness your entire life, birth to death, life reviews, including prior lifetimes, etc. So it shows you the stage on which this drama unfolds is not a simple little narrative stage like what we live through here. And that's one of the reasons why it's so hard for people to put into words these experiences. When you're in a realm where you can experience your entire existence, birth to death and everything in between and beyond, in a very relived fashion. That's what's called the life review, often discussed in near-death experiences. And the most important things to realize about life reviews, as Bruce Grayson reported in a summary of his experience over 4.5 decades of analyzing near-death experience cases, is he made it very clear that something like 45% or so of people, and don't quote me on the numbers exactly, but about 45% feel that these experiences are more real than real. And that it's, in many cases, they feel like it's a reliving, not just a remembering. And probably one of the most important features that he points out is that it's also done from the perspective of others around you. So when you go through your life review, if you've been busy handing out pain and suffering to others, watch out, because in the life review, you get to the receiving end of that. The life review, it's like the golden rule is written into the fabric of the universe. Treat others as you would like to be treated, because a hallmark of the life review, going back at least 2,400 years to the time of Plato, who wrote about the Armenian soldier killed in battle. And when came back to life just before they lit up the funeral pyre, he told his fellow soldiers that when you die, your life flashes before your eyes. And not only that, you realize the only important thing was how much love you were able to bring into the world. That said 2,400 years ago. And that could be a similar story to a battlefield death today or to any death today. I mean, people still have these experiences in extraordinary numbers. Um, and the more we realize what they're telling us about the eternity of soul and that we're all bound together through this force of love, and if we pay attention to that life review, what it means is we really need to treat each other as those sacred and divine beings that we all are and start following the message of the prophets and bringing love, kindness, compassion, mercy, and acceptance into the way we live these lives. And that's how we deal with ourselves in relation to the universe and how we deal with our fellow beings.